Wow, it's impressive how hard that tape gets. Ah, shoot. Okay, now that all the guys that can actually do body work are gone, it's just you and me, the rednecks, left, okay? In case you didn't see the previous video in the series where I cut this and made it into a short bed, the goal here is not really clean body work, it's just cover up the holes, get rid of the giant rust holes, so that I can paint it all one color and then run it through the mud and not feel too bad. The other thing I did was I actually purposefully cut out this inner support and used a thicker piece of steel here, because in my estimation, when you take these things through the mud, all that crap just collects and sits right on this edge, and that's what rusts these things out. I'm not saying my design is better for regular usage, but for ripping around in the mud and then letting it sit for another year, I think this is a better philosophy. And I did the same thing here. I actually left that hole wide open. So I know mud's gonna get up in there, but it's gonna have a chance to dry out, so it's not wet mud sitting against these cab corners and rusting them out again. I bought this truck when I was 16 years old. From the factory, it was dark green. Ignore the blue door. When I got it, someone had painted it a metallic blue. You can see some of that right here. And before they painted it, they put about 163 pounds of Bondo on it. So of course, all that Bondo flaked off in huge chunks. It was literally, you can see they were trying to hide this seam right here where they put a patch panel in. It was literally a 1/4 inch thick right here. So it came off in huge chunks when I was in high school. So I broke a bunch off and then I painted it flat black. And it has always been a dream of mine to get it back to the factory green. But I'm cheap. Hey! Well, that's not quite dark enough. Hey! So this is the straight Oliver paint. This is with a quart of black mixed into that gallon. Texture hides a multitude of sin. So I want to show you guys, in case you want to do a roller paint job like this, you can actually make it look really nice. As you can see, as I put this on, it gets some texture in there. But actually, all those bubbles and all those high spots settle out eventually, or at least most of them. It's probably not good enough for, you know, classic car or something like that, but for an old mud truck, it looks really nice. And then the trick is, go through, get all your paint on, and then go back across and lightly texture it. Get it all even, and then when you're done, it's gonna all blend together really well, and it's gonna look like this. A project that's not done perfectly is still at least a project you did. It's nice to step back at the end of the day and say, hey look, I actually did something.
It's a helicopter.
No, it's not.
No, it's a helicopter.
No, this is a mud truck.